Hey, yo, what up, people? What's up? What's up? So, I want to talk about some shit, right? I already demonetized the video about cussing. So, is trucking worth it? Okay. If you watch this channel, you know that I am a truck driver. I drive trucks, and I've come across some content from a fellow YouTuber that is trucking unfiltered. Specifically, this video right here, he's talking about get out of over the road trucking. Let's watch it.
So OTR trucking,
Uh oh.
especially reefer OTR trucking.
Let's let's back this up. So, to give you some context on this person that we're going to watch, they are this person is an owner operator, Tommy. I got to stop saying they like I'm some woke or whatever. This dude, right, that we're going to watch, that's why people say they, so they don't like misgender people or whatever. But so Tommy is an owner operator. He owns his own truck, and it looks like he was having a bad day or whatever. But this is obviously some truth. Now, I've said trucking is not worth it. And honestly, all around, that's not really true. When you compare trucking to other jobs, that's just not true. But if you're coming at it as an owner operator, I wouldn't be an owner operator. And trucking is not worth it if you could do other stuff. If there's other things that you could do besides driving a truck, it beats out some things. In the long run, in the short run, it beats out a lot of construction jobs, believe it or not, because construction workers, they get paid a good salary, right? They'll get paid like starting off 28, 25 an hour as an apprentice. But a lot of construction workers, they don't get the hours. That's the thing. They don't, believe it or not, starting off construction workers don't make that much money. They make money than unskilled people, but their money comes later, like 3 years down the line later. Okay. As a truck driver, you could start off and no, like I said, Tommy, when he talks about trucking, he's talking about an owner operator. He's talking about being an owner operator. I'm not an owner operator. I wouldn't be an owner operator. I think being an owner operator, I just don't think the money's really there as an owner operator. I just don't. Maybe later in the next life or something, but as of right now, the cost of business is too high, which makes the profits too low. And like I said, if there's other things that you could do besides driving a truck, in that aspect, no, trucking is not worth it. It's not, right? And we're going to get into a lot of stuff in this live stream, like how to make money. Like, I, I'm a company driver, okay? Which means this truck is my assigned truck, but I don't have to pay for it. I don't got to pay for gas, maintenance, none of it. And I get my benefits. As an owner operator, you don't really get any of that. Yeah, you make more money cash, but you don't have dental, health, um, medical insurance. You don't have a 401k, a Roth IRA. You got to pay for your own time off, and as 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 well as you paying for your time off, you have the business costs that you need to make sure are covered when you take time off. Me as a company driver, I don't have to worry about any of that. I got a job. Really, I think trucking right now, it's worth it if you're going to be a company driver. If you're going to be an owner operator, you're most likely going to fail. I'll just tell you that right now. If you go into being an owner operator, it's more likely that you're going to fail rather than succeed. And succeeding, especially in this market in trucking, it doesn't mean that you're going to be making a lot of money. It means that you'll be making a slight profit. Most months you'll be going even or sometimes going into the negative. If that's success, you could be way more successful as a company driver, right? You could work for Cisco. It's backbreaking work. The money in trucking, it's really in the backbreaking work, working for like Pepsi, Coca-Cola. The money is really like in food service, to keep it real. Some say the money is in LTL, and yeah, that can be true, you know, but if you want to live like a healthy lifestyle, I'll tell you what, I've been applying for work ever since I've started my job right here at this mega carrier. I'm staying here until something better comes along, honestly, right? Because I know it's cool being in the back of the sleeper, you know what I mean, doing these YouTube videos, but at the same time, I got to make money, dog. I just do, and you know what I mean. With your CDL, there's so many lines of work that you could get into. Okay, you can get into food service. Like I really think that food service with the Class A is where the money is. Now, a Class A covers your Class B as long as you get your passenger endorsement, which you'll probably have to go back to a trucking school for that, like a bus school for that. And I heard the charter, not the charter buses, but the shuttles, right? Like what are they called? I think they're called the shuttles for like Google and the Silicon Valley, the tech company charter shuttles or whatever, the big old buses that the tech people use. Those drivers make a lot of money. They have to deal with people. And the downside of that is us as truck drivers, whether no matter if you're doing like what I'm doing, which is kind of like over the road trucking, even though I just stay in one state for the most part, I'm out in my sleeper. You know, I could use the bathroom whenever I need to, even if I got to like pull over on the side of the highway and go behind the truck. You pick up your mess, obviously, right? You should keep trash bags with you. And when you get to the next, garbage, rest area, truck stop, you throw your trash away, right? But as a bus driver, you can't do that. If you got to use the bathroom as a bus driver, you got to hold it until you get to where you're going, until you get to your stop and you could use the bathroom, and you can't even use the bathroom right away. You got to wait until your passengers get off the bus and their luggage gets off of the bus. That's when you could use the bathroom. Me as a truck driver, that's like the most important thing from going from class A to class B with a CDL, because a class A CDL, it covers B too, which means you can also be a garbage truck driver. You can be, you're qualified to be a yard hostler. You know what I mean? Nowadays, really, the money, it's not really in sleeper cab trucking. And honestly, it's probably not even in most LTL jobs. When you look at how much time you put in when you stay away from home compared to your paycheck, the money is really in hourly work where you get a lot of overtime. And especially if you get paid for that overtime, right? Now, most food service companies that I know of, you do get overtime pay, like your time and a half and double time, whatever, and holiday pay. That's where the money is. It's backbreaking work, but what Tommy's talking about here. Let me see these comments. Someone's leaving comments. Just depends on your company. I'm a company driver getting 62 cents per mile. How much am I getting? I'm at 65 right now. This is the highest CPM I've ever gotten. What's up, Martinez? As long as you're getting the miles and you're busting out your clock, you know what I mean? But honestly, man, there's a lot of things that come with sleeper cab trucking. Just because you're getting a high CPM doesn't mean that you're always going to be making money like that. Things happen throughout the week when you're a truck driver that could slow you down, getting your truck unloaded. It's mainly what's going on with the loads. You're at the mercy of the loads, when they're going to be ready, when the customer is going to be ready to unload you. Road conditions, you know what I mean? In the winter, you do take a hit. In the winter, for food service, you don't really take that hit. In food service, you tend to make money all year long. You know what I mean? In food service, the hardest season is probably in the summer because you're working outside in the heat and you're lifting up heavy boxes and cases of like meat, food, that type of shit. And you're putting it on a dolly and you're going down a ramp or a lift gate and you could be offloading these one hand by hand. That's where the money is, though. Whether you're doing that for like Pepsi, if you're doing soda, like soda or food, you know what I mean, like beverage or food. Honestly, I really think that's where the money is. People who work for Cisco, US Foods, those guys, they're making more money than a lot of owner operators, believe it or not. And the thing about working for Cisco or US Foods or McLean, or I think it's like Southwest Distributors or whatever, um, and there's one more that does Starbucks. I forget the name of it, right? The thing about that is you, as long as you could keep up with the work and you're cool with doing like backbreaking work, because it is backbreaking work and putting in them hours, as long as you don't quit your job, you don't got to worry about going out of business, going bankrupt, fucking up your credit, just you don't got to worry about all these business costs, right? The reason why people do over the road trucking is for a few main reasons. Like when you're in a sleeper like this and you're staying out and your job is just pretty much driving, doing a pre-trip. Yeah, like someone flatbed, you know what I mean? Like tarping and strapping down your load. The main reason why people do that is number one is when they're new and they got to get the miles in. They have to get it on their resume and on their MVR that they've been a CDL holder for like 2 to 3 years with a clean record, and they got their miles in and they've been with the company or two or even a few. You know what I mean? If you job hop, as long as you've been consistent and you're getting good experience in with your CDL, that's why people do sleeper cab trucking, whether it's dedicated. There's even some local sleeper cab jobs, believe it or not, in a regional and OTR. You know what I mean? When you stay out in the sleeper, you know what I'm saying? They do that to get the experience, and then they'll also do it because they don't want to do hard work. People don't really necessarily get a CDL to bust their ass and get a back breaking job. People mainly get a CDL so they could sit in the driver's seat, drive, and do a job, which it is a trade. It's a skilled trade, driving a truck, believe it or not, just like plumbing or being an electrician or a carpenter. Truck driving is a skilled trade. Most people on the street who have regular jobs, who might work at somewhere like Costco, Walmart, in an office somewhere, most people who do like unskilled labor, like kind of the jobs I just listed, working at an Amazon warehouse, most people would say that they would never be a truck driver. Most people look at a semi truck and they could never imagine themselves driving it because the semi truck is so menacing, it's so big, and it's this death machine on wheels, and it's very complicated to operate this truck. You need to be skilled, right? This is skilled labor right here. This is a trade. You know what I mean? People get into this trade mainly because they have it in their head that they just want to sit down, have a not so physical job, and make money. The reputation that truck drivers have is that we make a lot of money, is that we got all this money going on, right? If you're a dude and you tell a chick you're a truck driver, the chick is automatically going to be thinking about dollar signs. If you tell the average person that you drive trucks, someone who doesn't really know about the business and about this line of work, they automatically assume that you make hella money, even if you don't, and you most likely won't and don't if you're a truck driver, especially if you do over the road trucking. You most likely you're getting a good check, but it's not really consistent. And if you drive over the road, you know what I'm talking about. Some weeks your shipper is going to be slow and things are going to happen. Your loads are going to get canceled and your truck's going to break down. You're going to be out of state. You're going to be waiting. And, just shit happens. And then the week's over and you didn't even make $1,000. That type of shit. That doesn't happen all the time. But when it does, and just for the fact that it does, that means that your paycheck as an over the road truck driver is not really consistent like that. It's kind of like the stock market, but it's mostly going up. You're mostly doing good. But every now and then you have those weeks and it's like, fuck. And some months you could have more than one bad week in the same month. You know what I mean? You can get into a situation that I was in at CR England when I started, and the entire account that you're on, right? When I started at CR England, I was making good money consistently. I was doing around 15, 1,800, $2,000 a week net take home. That's what I was making. But then they hired so many drivers that I would go check in to work on my Monday, and they would literally tell me to go home because they didn't have any work because they had too many drivers for the freight available. When I started, it was freight available, and we just had like this little crew of drivers, so we were making all this money on this new account. That kind of shit happens too. Or your whatever company you're working for can lose the entire account, believe it or not. That happens too. I feel like this thing is stuttering and it's going slow, right? Bro, you said you wouldn't vlog about trucking. Yeah, but I am. Fucking well, I got okay, that's a good point that you're bringing up. How do you make money? Okay? Because one reason why I've been offline is because I've added another income stream. I've gotten into another way of making money that's not YouTube or like not my job. I got another, how do you say it? Another income stream, you know? Right? How do you make money? Okay? If trucking isn't working out, all right? Or say trucking is working out and you just want to make some side money, okay? This is why it's on my mind because I tapped into something very fucking lucrative. I can't say what it is. I can't talk about it, but man, I'm already seeing all this shit going on with this, and it's what I got, what I'm in right now. It's very positive, very lucrative business that I got involved with. Right, it's all legit. It's just I want to keep it to myself because it's that fucking good. You know what I mean? Maybe later I'll talk about it, but especially now since I'm new to this business that I'm in, some companies. How do you make money work for the government and steal it from the taxpayers? Yeah. Well, look, how do you make money, right? Outside of a job, right? How do you make a lot of money? How do you generate money like as a business person, right? And this has a lot to do with the video that I want to react to that I haven't gotten to yet with trucking unfiltered, right? Um is this. You have to recognize a market. And this is I'm bringing this back to trucking. In trucking, the profit margins are very slim because the high cost of business. I wouldn't be an owner operator. I wouldn't be an owner operator until the diesel prices come down to like $3 in California, which means they would be cheaper outside of the state. How do you feel about the dash cameras? I don't really care about it. Um, I don't really care about it, right? It is what it is. I don't really care about the inward facing cameras. Yeah, I got inward facing cameras on mine, right? You have to recognize a market. You have to recognize when there's a need in the market, when there is a market available. And sometimes markets are staring at you in the face. And sometimes markets aren't even what you think they are. You have to recognize, like, okay, there's a problem right here. There's this big thing going on. How can I make money off of it? That's how you make money. All right. And, for anyone watching, what's a market? It lowers insurance rates. How do you feel about the dash cameras? It lowers insurance rates. Yeah. Um, Look, for example, a good time to make money is in election season, right? Say you live in a town and there's going to be a Democrat rally, like there's going to be a Kamala rally. You know what I mean? Well, what do? You get yourself a 3D printer at the house. You print out all this merchandise for her campaign. Harris, what was it? Harris Waltz. You print out all this Harris Waltz stuff. You put the T-shirt on with the hat. You go over there, all Democrat Kamala Harris out. You set up a stand and you sell your merch, right? People who go to rallies are really hardcore political, believe it or not. You got to be really into politics to go to a fucking rally. Most people just vote. Most people don't go to a fucking rally like that. You go to the rally, you sell your merch. Whatever's left over, you sell it online and it will sell. Politics, people feel really strong about politics. It's a big market right there. Trump rallies are even better. When there's a Trump rally coming to your town, you get a 3D printer and you print out all the fucking Donald Trump shirts. You make custom ones with like, sometimes like, how the Republicans and conservatives, they like being offensive or whatever. Put something nice and hot and fucking kind of offensive on the t-shirt with Trump's face and MAGA, and make a bunch of MAGA hats. You know what I mean? And you go to the Trump rally and you sell all this Trump merchandise, shit like that. And there's other things, dude. There's markets staring at you, and you can make money from your phone. I hope you guys know this. Okay. So, with all of the things out there that you can make money with, why would you be an owner operator? I just really don't get it. If the profit margins with being an owner operator are so thin, right? And there's other ways that you can make money that bring you a better return on your investment. And the cost of business is a lot cheaper than trucking. The cost of running a trucking business is the cost of running a trucking business is the reason why it's not profitable, because it's too expensive to run this business. It's too expensive, and the payouts for it, they're there's really no money for the most part. For the most part, compared to other businesses, like the one I just told you, just selling clothes, right? If you can get a 3D printer and sell clothes, you'll make a better profit margin selling clothes than running a trucking business as an owner operator. You most definitely will, right? Get used to the inward cam. Soon all companies will adopt, just like auto transmission. Yeah, dude, it's really not that big of a deal, right? Mine's off right now. It's only there for driving for the insurance companies if you get into an accident so they can see. Don't be doing what you're not supposed to be doing. Don't be texting and driving. Don't be distracted driving. You shouldn't be doing this shit. Anyways, honestly, I feel like the inward camera makes me a better driver, because when I was working at companies that didn't have inward cameras, keep it real. You guys text and drive. You guys fuck with your phone when you drive. If you don't have a camera looking at you, I mean, I feel like it's a little like they're a little less on me with the inward facing camera. When you just have the outward facing camera, they check that more when there's no inward facing camera, because if they see, like, what they could still see the shadow of your phone. And if they see your phone going off, they'll fire you. And that's off of the outward facing camera. The inward facing camera, they really don't fuck with me. They really just don't, dude. Like, it's really sensitive. It goes off a lot for like hard braking, and it goes off all the time in traffic. But dude, they never call me into the office. It's really just there if you're about to like really get into an accident type shit, you know? That's the only time I got to check in at like 4. You guys got me for like 30 more minutes. I don't know if you've spoken about it. Did you see that guy that I don't know if you spoke about it already, but did you see that guy fired from the camera watching him and his girl smashing? I don't know if you spoke about it already, but did you see the guy that fired the guy from the camera watching him and his girl smashing? No, no. Look, I mean, that probably happened at a smaller trucking company. I keep looking over here to look at my camera, right? Because we're talking about it. That probably happened at a smaller trucking company. It could happen at a big one too. But I mean, dude, that's honestly the best day of your life, because you could turn around and sue that company and get a big fucking payout. If I was that dude and that happened to me, I'm getting paid, right? So honestly, trucking is worth it. It is worth it. The thing about trucking, it's the money isn't really in the owner operator side. It's just not. You don't make a lot of money as an owner operator. You don't, right? I don't even think you make that much money if you have hella trucks, to keep it real, for the amount of overhead you have and the liability. And like I said, really the liability, all it takes is one bad driver to put you out of business and to fucking get you in a big nasty lawsuit and everything, dude. The money in trucking, it's really in being a company driver, and honestly in breaking down the pallet. That's where the money's at. That's really where the consistent money and the growth is, where you're going to make good money. If you work at Cisco, you're making good fucking money. You're busting your ass, but that's how you make money in trucking. the best jobs, honestly, it's not even Walmart private fleet. It's not. When you run down the numbers for Walmart private fleet drivers, they make about $17, $16 an hour. They really don't make that much money. They make 100 grand, but when you calculate the amount of time that they spend on the job versus their paycheck, they don't make shit. They don't, for being a truck driver, they just don't make that much. You want to get into a job where the pay is honest. All right. One reason why guys become owner operators, like just trucking, is because they can't pass a background check to get into a good company job or a company job. Is that dude going into the dock already? Oh, he's going into the dock already. Oh, where's my paper? Okay. 5:30. Okay. I could chill for a little bit, but yeah. So let's hear. Wait, let me read these comments. Right. True. I'll check that. I'll check out that video right now. Um. Oh yeah, Richard's up in here. What's up, Rich? Performance group pays good, but it's hard work. Now, what's that? Performance group. Performance food group. Oh yeah, yeah, food service. Let me put that down. We might have that out here in California. Performance food group. Honestly, I'm about ready to get into food service. Honestly, I applied at Sigma. I'm checking Cisco's website all the time. Shit just isn't really cracking, but the best time to look for a job is when you got a job, right? Um, if I get into food service, I'll start vlogging at work again, right? As much as I can. I'm watching right now, working for Performance Food Group, but I'm trying to leave because it's like working two jobs full. Check this out. Check this out. Trub 856, stay there. Work that job because you're making money. That's what this shit's all about. Yeah, it's hard work. But trust me, once you leave that job and you go work somewhere else, you're going to take a pay cut and you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass that you left. There's so many people that are competing for your job right now with CDLs. People are applying to get into these food service jobs on the daily, dude. Especially right now with this cost of living and how expensive everything is, right? Don't leave your job. Food service, I'm telling you, that's like the highest paid. Honestly, it really pays more than even a lot of hazmat jobs, believe it or not. A lot of hazmat jobs, they for the risk, for the amount of danger that they're in, they don't make that much money. Hazmat, the ones that make, I guess, good money is like chemical tanker, like refrigerated oxygen, hydrogen peroxide. If you're shipping stuff like a tank full of like Clorox bleach, or you know what I mean? Or if you're doing mixed hazmat, right? Those guys, I heard they get paid more than the tankers, but really the money in trucking, it's really in food service. You guys should go check out I'm Anthony TV. That dude makes good fucking money. And just more than that, we all like Cisco and US Foods. Honestly, those are probably like the two top paying, like the best jobs you can get in trucking. They're hard work, but it's in Shafter. I live in Bakersfield. What's up? YouTube didn't even tell me that you was live. Yeah, it's all good. In today's market, it's not worth it to be owner operator unless you're an expert. High probability you fail in today's market. PFG is pretty cool. We way more laid back than Cisco. They are strict. Yeah, I heard Cisco's strict, but they pay good. They pay good out where I live. Cisco. Let's check this out. This is what I'm talking about right here. Let me lower it a little bit so I can talk over.
So the problem with OTR trucking, especially reefer OTR trucking,
See?
is I'm at a Lineage cold storage.
Dude, they're the worst.
And I walked in, and
if you guys have ever been to a Lineage cold storage, I've been to the Lineage cold storages in Vernon, in LA, and in Colton, in out in San Bernardino County. the fucking worst. One is in Vernon, California, in Southern California, in LA, right there off of Highway 5. Yeah, right off of Highway 5 in LA by the port, kind of like by the rail yards and shit. Horrible, horrible fucking service over there, dude. Um, I could see why he's pissed off fucking around with Lineage.
Hopefully, I put the picture in this video for you guys to see. But on the wall, there's a sign. It says $275 late fee, double on weekends. It says, oh, plus convenience fee, right? Which is like what, $20 to run your card?
That's fucked up. That's horrible.
Then it says work ins.
Yeah, just see
$300.
Whew.
Double on weekends.
Wow. See, so like, look. So there goes your profit right there. If I was an owner operator, I would not do any loads for Lineage, dude. That's too much. $600 for a work-in for them to unload your truck? That is crazy. You can run the shuttles there. I think I just want to drive, but the money is cool at PFG. Yeah, no, stay there, bro. I'm telling you. There ain't shit out here. Stay there. If you're in food service, stay. Stay. I'm telling you, dude. You're not going to make money out here. You're just not. These mega carriers and you're getting paid CPM, cents per mile. There's no money in that shit, dude. Stay where you're at in food service. I'm telling you.
And then I'm on a load, right? And part of the rate is $350 late on-time delivery. They're already barely paying market rate for this, maybe a little above market rate, right? But it would be below market rate if I didn't have that quote-unquote on-time delivery fee added in there.
So I'm guessing what he's doing right now is he's doing a backhaul because Tommy has a direct customer out of Arizona where he lives, out of Phoenix. So I'm guessing what he's doing here is this is the backhaul to get back home. So he's kind of taking a hit to go back home, right? Or probably breaking even or whatever because he makes most of his money going out. Or he might make a slight profit right here. You see what I mean? Look, this is what I'm talking about. If we all got the same 24 hours in a day, you'll be doing way better Monday through Friday or 6 days a week, whatever, in a job that pays you hourly. You just will. You honestly just will, right? Dude, I'm going to make so much money off of this shit I got involved in, dude. Off of this new business that I'm involved in. Wow. This shit is fucking crazy. This shit is nuts, dude. If you guys want to make money, you guys want to go into business, don't be an owner operator. Don't be a truck driver if you're going to go into business. Be a truck driver to get a job because you need a job with health insurance. You need that. You need a paycheck and you want to grow somewhere, right? But dude, there's just so many ways to make money. You guys need to recognize when there's a market and fucking get in. Get in, dude. If there's a hot market, if there's a big demand for something, you get in that. I'm telling you. I wouldn't be an owner operator. I just wouldn't.
So if I'm late, the broker's going to dock me $350.
Fuck.
Right?
Yeah, and so there goes the 300 bucks plus 50 that he has to pay out from his load, because there was like a on-time payment that he would get from the broker for 300 extra bucks. Or if you're late, you can forget about that. And after all the business costs of running the truck, that $300 might be a big part of your profit, honestly. It might be, right? And it's easy to be late. It's easy to end up late on a load, believe it or not. All it takes is for you to get stuck in traffic in a nasty accident. A semi is tipped over, takes over all lane on the side of the highway you're on, and you're stuck. You're stuck. You can be stuck there for an hour or two. and it could be right before you get there, and you end up late, right? Especially at a place like Lineage or Walmart, dude. Horrible, fucking horrible as an owner operator.
But then the facility is going to charge me $300 or $275.
Yeah, for being late. There's no money in this shit, dude. I'm telling you, there's no money in that.
This is why OTR trucking, and you could say dry van and reefer specifically, is disgusting.
Yeah.
Now, I understand.
In OTR trucking, on the owner operator side, it's all about trying to extract the most money off the truck driver as the shipper, the receiver, and the broker can. That's what trucking is all about, right? The broker makes way more money than a truck driver. If you want to get in trucking, be a broker, because your business cost is what? A laptop, maybe a bigger computer, office, right? That you could run in your house. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the business cost, it's way lower as a broker, and the margins are probably way higher as being a broker. If I was going to go into owner operator trucking, I would become a broker. I would straight up become a broker, right? And the thing about business is this: business, okay, it's fucking cutthroat running a business, okay. And truck drivers, they're on the losing end of the business. The owner operators, they just are. They're not going to win. You know what's kind of crazy to me are all these owner operators that talk about how they should unionize. How the fuck are owner operators going to unionize? Owner operators are not employees. Unions are for employees, are when a bunch of workers who work at somewhere and they're employed by a company and they're disgruntled, they're pissed off at their employer and they want to unionize. That's when unions happen. Unions are there for workers, employees. I mean, I guess there's a strippers union, right? So maybe they could unionize. I don't know. But if there was going to be a union for owner operator truckers, it would have happened by now, dude. The money's in, honestly, in being a broker, because the truck drivers get fucked. They get fucked over, dude.
A lot of drivers have screwed it up out here, and a lot of these places have to implement things to keep us in check. I understand. But at the same time, this is an industry where they know they could take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it's all about. That's
Now,
business, dude. That's business.
If the Raycon said more than 1 hour late or more than 2 hours late, we're going to take $350 from you. That's one thing, right? But, you know, being 20, 30, 45 minutes late, like, and you're double dipping too, right? You're double dipping.
Yeah, double brokering. Yeah.
You're making the money off the load, and then you're making the money off me being late. And then these scumbags are making money off me being late. It's like OTR trucking is such a grimy, nasty industry. There's already not a big profit in it, right?
It sounds like they got him for a late fee. Ouch. That's business. Hey, check it out. That's business. Business, it's all about being a savage. It's all about survival of the fittest. It's all about just being a killer, dude. Like in the business world, look at Donald Trump. You think Donald Trump got to where he is in the business world before he became the president, and even with his presidency, with his campaigns? You think he became the president and built his real estate Trump empire off of being like an honest businessman? Fuck no. Fuck no, dude. Trump is a fucking asshole. He is, dude. That's what being in business is all about. It just is. And there's really the way that the trucking business is set up today, trying to start your own, becoming an owner operator, there's really no way that you could be a savage as an owner operator, because you're at the mercy of whoever you're leased onto and your customers. The thing is so fucking annoying, dude. How do I don't even know how to turn that off, right? So, yeah. The money in trucking is in being a company driver.
But because we are literally prisoners to these facilities, we are prisoners to the roadside mechanic, we are prisoners to the tow truck, they will charge you more than is necessary. Now, I'm all for business. Don't get me wrong. I am a capitalist. I am pro business. I am not a union guy. I am not really an employee guy. I am a survival of the fittest guy. May the best man win type of dude, right? But
Well, that's business. Okay.
it comes a point in time when you look around and you just realize you're really getting the shit end of the stick, dude.
Yeah.
You are really.
Yeah. See, that's the truth about trucking. That's the truth about trucking that a lot of YouTubers they don't talk about. Okay. I did a video on Road Runania, and honestly, when I came across this other video of someone else that was doing the same thing that she was doing, I honestly feel like Road Runner Naya or Nia or whatever, I feel like she's full of shit. I feel like she was in some sort of privileged position with Prime to where she was talking good about the walkaway lease that she was in. We'll react to the video that made me come up with that conclusion after this, right? But yeah, a lot of YouTubers they don't come out and say this because YouTubers they want to they want to flex on you, right? It's more than just getting you to believe them and especially using you as a referral to get you to sign up for their company or whatever they got going on, their course or whatever. It's really it's like a flex. They want to come on here like they're doing better than you, like they got all the answers. And most of the time they're full of shit, but they're not going to come out and tell you that, you know? This is really the truth about trucking. As an owner operator, you really do get the shit end of the stick, like you said.
And you just realize you're really getting the shit end of the stick, dude. You are really
Yeah.
fucked out here, right?
Yeah. You know, like I said, with everything else that you could do as far as business goes, there's endless amount of opportunities if you're going to go into business. The profit margins are a lot higher in buying a pickup truck, the big size bed in the back. Dude, this fucking thing is so goddamn annoying. Hold on, how do I turn this off? Hold up. How do I turn off button reactions on screen MacBook? Open a video. I gotta do it the next stream. I don't got time to go through that right now. The profit, look, it'll do it again. The profit margins, motherfucker, it's so goddamn annoying. The profit margins in buying a pickup truck, a lawnmower, some landscaping tools, black garbage bags to put all the leaves and the roughage in there and go into the dumps. The profit margins are a lot higher in that business than being a truck driver. The profit margins in buying a 3D printer and selling clothes, the profit margins are a lot higher in selling clothes like t-shirts, hoodies, beanies, sweatpants, socks, underwear, like pretty much starting your own clothing line. The profit margins are a lot higher in that than being a truck driver. The profit margins in repairing smartphones, right? I know it's kind of hard to do it because Apple and Samsung, they're trying to kill off that business. So everything's in house or you just buy the new phone. But the profit margins in that are a lot higher than being a truck driver, dude. People like Just Trucking, Roadrunner Nia. Who else? This guy Trucks is pretty honest. He's pretty honest for the most part. Um, a lot of these, like, how do I say? Honestly, Just Trucking's pretty honest too. He says when he's having a bad day and it's hard to make money out there, you really just got to be careful off of who you're getting advice from on YouTube, because a lot of these people, they want to take advantage of you. A lot of these people want to get you to sign up for their company and to get into their lease program so they can make a referral bonus off of you. And like I said, for that flex, so they could grow their brand. Like they're this Mr. or Mrs. Know It All on YouTube. You got to be careful, because once you get into the shit, it's hard to get out of it.
There's no reason to be out here. There's no reason to be out here.
That's crazy.
Maybe if you got dedicated customers, but we all can't have dedicated customers on both ends of the trip, right? Sometimes we got to grab that brokered load.
Yeah.
To get back to our customer, wherever our customer is, right?
And you get screwed over.
I understand why so many of these people that run their business off the spot market are just so angry, in such a bad mood all the time, so stressed out all the time. Because if every single one of my loads, I had to deal with these brokers, some of these brokers and some of these facilities, like
sports betting, that's kind of risky.
But even if you got direct customers,
it's gambling right there.
Let's assume you got all direct customers and everything at the shipper and the receiver is perfect, right? Let's assume that. Then you got to deal with the mechanics, the parts houses, the roadside service guys, the tow trucks.
Yeah. That sucks, dude. That sucks.
The truck stops.
That sucks, because here's the thing. In other businesses, you don't got to worry about that. If you start a lawn mowing business, a lawn care business, right, where you're trimming trees, bushes, mowing lawns, working a weed whacker, all you have to worry about is going to the dumps, right? That's it. You don't got to worry about much. You got to worry about working, getting the job done. If your tools break down, right? But you should be putting money away to where you have a savings to buy a new lawnmower or weed whacker or whatever. You don't have to worry about, well, no. I mean, yeah, you got to worry about, a mechanic or whatever because you're driving a pickup truck, but a pickup truck is a lot cheaper than a semi truck. It just is. And honestly, as running a lawn care business, you're not driving like across the country like that to where you're gonna fuck up your shit. Nah, dude, you're right there in the same city or cities right next to each other. You're not going far, dude. Right? Especially if you get, again, like in business, like direct customers. I would start a lawn care business before I become an owner operator. Like if trucking got so bad that I felt like all the company jobs were just horrible, food service included. Let's say I was at the point in my trucking career and I thought, you know what, this CDL is pretty much worthless. All that I have left is to become an owner operator. I would leave the whole industry. I just would. I would leave the whole industry and I would start a lawn care business before I become an owner operator. Right? I just would, because on the grand scheme of things, dude, there's just really no money in this shit, honestly. It's too expensive to the point where there's no money in it.
I'm not saying it needs to change.
It does. It does.
I'm going to change.
But it's not going to change.
I'm going to get the hell out of this grimy, nasty segment of the trucking industry. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other industries like this where the profit margins are so small.
Well, what other business would have such small profit margins, right? The box truck business Would their profit margins be that small? I was looking at a truck who's coming right here. A stripper, maybe, if you have a slow week. But what are your expenses as a stripper? What? Your business expenses. Yeah, you pay your bills, right? But as a stripper, what are your business expenses? You don't got to worry about tires or a transmission or fucking brakes or an oil job or replacing a blown head gasket. Or nah, man. You know, the profit. I mean, the cost of business and trucking on the owner operator side is way too expensive.
Gross is so big though. Everybody thinks truckers have money.
The gross really ain't that big no more.
A single truck owner operator does not have the money that people think they have, right?
Most definitely they don't. You know who has the money like that? His homeboy right here that works at Pacific Food Group or Performance Food Group or whatever, the guy in food service. He has money like that. He has to work for it, but he's got the money.
This is why when you get into trucking, you got to make sure you are striving for something better. Okay? Dry van's the bottom of the barrel, reefer slightly better, flatbed's better, low boy, step deck. I mean, step deck right above flatbed, then
Reefer
maybe low
sucks too.
boy, car hauling somewhere in there, right? I mean, there's specialties in dry van too, in reefer. There's medical supplies, concert equipment, you know, doing tours,
Yeah, doing tours for like.
moving around the WWE, moving around.
But honestly, to keep it real, they're big name brands, WWE. I've seen a video of someone that's a truck driver for Taylor Swift concerts. You could be a truck driver for really all these rock bands and rappers and shit when they do their concerts, right? These music artists. But honestly, keep it real. Keep it real. Let's just be all the way fucking honest. Okay. Do you think these artists, the rock band included, if you're an artist, the way that Cardi B, ACDC, fucking Leonard Skinner, the way that they make their money, because people don't buy albums no more. You don't really make money on album sales anymore because everything is streaming, right? You they make, especially the rappers nowadays, they make most of their money when they go on tour. You think they want to give up their profit to the truck driver? I guarantee you, Cardi B, she's fucking over her truck drivers. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. P. Diddy was probably fucking over his truck drivers. Who else? T.I., the rapper. Who else? Snoop Dogg probably fucks over his truck drivers. All these guys. I guarantee you they fuck over their truck drivers. They pay them as little as they possibly can. There's the WWE might pay them just because they're a big business. And it's not just one single person. They might pay. I know a guy that went to work at Cisco making 118K a year. Yeah, you see, right? That's more money than an owner operator is gonna walk away with. To keep it real, an owner operator might only walk away with about sometimes 40 grand or 50 grand after all of their business expenses, to the point where they're asking themselves, why the fuck am I out here? Taylor Swift gave her drivers 100K a piece. Mm. For how long was the tour? We need more context into that. We don't know how many stops, how many miles, right? We don't know if they hit up all 48 states. We don't know. We need more context than that. We really do. Right? If they were out all year or half a year or how many months they were out, we need more context. We need to know what type of equipment were they running, right? Was that 100K that they got? Did any of that had to go towards people bombing the freight? You're wrong on that one. Those concert drivers make cake. It's a business write-off for Taylor Swift. Yeah, but they're dude, that's their profit margin. When they do the concerts, dude, that's their profit margin, right? It was CDL News. We need more context into that, right? We definitely need more context. I really don't believe that Taylor Swift gives a fuck enough about her truck drivers to pay them really good. What do you think about getting a day cab, being a local owner operator, a few less expenses than OTR? I've been thinking about it. It depends how you got your business set up. From what I hear, the biggest profit in local owner operator work is with agriculture, is with the farming. But that's seasonal, right? Like running tomatoes. People that run tomatoes up and down the 99 in California, she loves truck drivers. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Those elites, dude, they don't really love shit. I just don't buy it, right? I know how those elite people are. I grew up with them in San Francisco. I worked for them in San Francisco. I know how a lot of those people are. A lot of those people are fucking scumbags, dude, right? A lot of those people are rich snobs and they're just all about them and their wealth, and that's it, right? I just really don't believe it. I just don't, right? I need more context into that story, Jeremy. The 100K and all that on CDL News. We need way more context. So someone to say, "Oh, I made 100K running loads for Taylor Swift." That doesn't really tell me anything. That doesn't tell me about the business expenses, what type of equipment you were running, if you had to pay people to, what's it called? Lumpers. If you had to pay lumpers with that and how expensive that was, right? We need more look it up. Not right now. Not right now. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it, right? That 100K, we don't know how much of that they took home. They didn't put 100K in their pocket. No, dude. A lot of that went back into the truck. It could have went to a lumper fee, right? And we don't know if they got hit with that lumper fee at every concert venue, right? That 100K, that could get eaten up really quick depending on how many, you know, how long they were running. Look, let's just look this up. How many stops does a Taylor Swift tour make? 152 shows across 58 cities worldwide. Oh, yeah, so they were easily running into Canada too, maybe even into Mexico, right? All over the states. 152 stops, dude. Yeah, include Vancouver. Yeah, dude. We don't. It was bonus money. Taylor Swift did pay drivers and everyone else. It was bonus money. Look it up. Let's look this shit up. Since you guys are on this Taylor Swift shit. How much money do truck drivers make running loads for Taylor Swift? What it's like to be a trucker for the Taylor Swift tour.
हाँ जी, टेलर स्विफ्ट ने ये साबित कर दिया कि वो ना सिर्फ बड़ी आर्टिस्ट है बल्कि इससे भी
I fucking can't stand those, dude.
Taylor Swift is on one of the biggest tours in music history and gave the truck drivers of her tour the biggest surprise of their life. Taylor Swift gave each driver $100,000 as a bonus each and gave the head driver $200,000 as a bonus. Now, we all know that this is well deserved because truckers, you all put your lives on the line for everything. Do you think that this is a trend that each industry should adopt? Not saying that y'all can get $100,000 as a bonus every year, but do you think different industries should take more appreciation to truckers? Will you be a Taylor Swift fan after this? Let us know.
Fuck, no, I'm gonna be no Taylor Swift fan after that. Okay, so she did it one time for one tour. Did she do that for all her tours? Yeah, it's recognizable. It's good that she did that. That should happen more often. But yeah, so it was on top of their regular pay. Told you, cakes. Yeah, they made good money right there. What was their regular pay though? We don't know what their regular pay. What was their regular pay? Is there a way for us to find that out? Swift truck drivers. Mother trucker. Yeah, he does all this like clickbait stuff or whatever. Um, yeah, look, dude. Life changing bonuses. But you had to vote for. She probably had only like 8 drivers. $1 million for Taylor Swift isn't a lot of money. It's good that she did that. It's really good that she did that. But that's one person. That's Taylor Swift, and she did that one time. Is she going to do that forever? Down like all of her tours from here on out into the future. Is she going to continue to do that? I doubt it. Right? She'll probably give them a bonus, even if she gave them like $50,000 bonuses from here going forward. Right? Most tours are ran through a big company like Prime. The good thing about it is it's easy running and you burn less fuel. They also feed you if you're around at feeding time. The pay isn't much more. Yeah. Yeah, that's one. Look, here's the situation. Okay. There's always, it was just a PR stunt. Oh, of course. But it's good that she did it because she didn't have to do that. Look, there's always an exception to the rule. Okay. For the most part, I really don't think that most concert or tours or like event truck drivers make that much money, especially if it's going through mega carriers like Prime, which makes a lot of sense. I don't think people that run loads for like a Disney show are making that much money. I don't think people who run loads for like even the Super Bowl or the World Series or the NBA championships or the playoffs, I just don't think they're making that much money. Trucking is trucking, dude. Right? And look, this is why I think Road Running Nia was. Look, this guy took the words out of my mouth. The real reason why I quit Prime Inc. So this video right here, she recently broke over $1 billion in lifetime earnings. Oh yeah, she's really rich, right? And she's powerful too. For Taylor Swift to have cameras on her at football games in the Super Bowl, she's not just rich, but she's powerful, dude. So let's hear this out.
Today is April 21st, 2024. At the time I'm recording this, it is 12:43 in the morning or afternoon. I'm currently waiting for one of my friends to show up, taking a shuttle from the airport. Because I just flew in. We're about to start with a new company. We both quit our jobs for something better. I know I've been quiet for quite some time, and a lot of you guys have been wondering what I've been going on, what I've been doing, whatever. A lot of y'all saw the community post when I posted a picture of the headache rack, and I said something along the lines of, change isn't always bad. That was not my truck. That was my homeboy's truck, but he works for the company that I'm about to start at right now. He's also one of my old students. Awesome. But anyway, I do plan to go flatbed over here. That's, but at the time, that wasn't my truck or anything like that. But neither here nor there, right? So I believe that you guys are owed the truth on why I haven't been putting up any content. And realistically, it's because the ops are watching me. Who are the ops? And the higher ups at Prime.
Yeah, it's coming down right now. I'm glad I parked close to the dock. This guy Trucks used to drive for a rock band but his haters got him fired. That sucks. How'd they get him fired? Right? Concert tours are handled by trucking businesses that strictly do concerts, not older owner operators. Driver boots paid for and lodging, and they make cash. And that 100K was a bonus check, so taxes got at least half of that. Even if you file your own taxes, the IRS loves bonus checks. Yeah, you didn't think about that. It's good that she did it though. It's good because she didn't have to do that. But look, that's an exception to the rule, right? What did someone just say right here? Concert tours are handled by trucking businesses that strictly do concerts, not older owner operators. Driver boots paid for and lodging, and they make cash. That's not telling me nothing. They make cash. What does that mean? What are they getting paid per mile, right? What are they taking home net, right? What are they taking home? They make cash. You're not really saying anything. It's trucking. It's trucking, dude. Even if they make cash, you still have to pay for the maintenance, for the business expenses, for your permits, right? Even if you're making cash, like you say, you could blow out a tire, right? You could blow a head gasket. You know what I mean? Shit could happen. I did tour convention logistics for 2 years, 2016, 1,500 a week base salary. Most events gave us bonuses, hotels, food, no lumper fees. I only had to secure the load and drive. That's good. That's good. Maybe concerts do make good money. Maybe they do, right? But you made 15 a week base salary. People who work at US Foods, they can make more than that. They can make close to $2,000 a week. Honestly. I met a lot of people at US Foods. They make way more than that. They work for it, but look, it's give and take. Either you're going to work for it, go home every night, but you're going to make a bigger paycheck, or and here's the thing about that 1,500 a week salary. It sounds like you were an owner operator because you're talking about a lumper fee. You still got to, you know, tax yourself and your business expenses. So you're not really taking that 1,500 home. If you're really running a business, a lot of that is going to go back into the business, right? Running a truck is really expensive, dude. It just is. But let's hear this out. This right here made me think that Naya was kind of like a Prime Inc. promoter type shit.
I don't even work there anymore. I quit on the 19th. By the time y'all see this, it's going to be like anywhere between 30 to 60 days after that date. They're still going to watch this because they have nothing better to do. They just want to feel important, in my opinion. There's a bunch of fucking losers. But here's the thing. Everything I'm about to say is my own personal experience. It's my own personal opinion. You do with this information what you will. But I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm not saying Prime would treat you any type of way because of me. Though they,
It's Luxurini Trucking with a 100K bonus. It's a gravy job and an exception to trucking. It's a privilege to work for Taylor Swift. So, are you saying that Taylor Swift, she's going to be giving out those 100K bonuses forever, well into the future? Is that what you're saying? Right? If she's going to do that, then good on her. Then yeah, that is an exception to the rule. But if that just happened one time, then it just happened one time, right?
They are not very fond of me whatsoever. I'm basically Trucker Brown all over again, which TB is a good friend of mine. He already told me what to expect from them people. So did my PSD trainer, actually. My PSD trainer no longer works there, but he told me straight up, hey, I'll get my money and leave, which was true. As soon as they had eyes on me, it was game over. They ain't, that's beside the point. So a couple months ago, one of my best friends passed away. Some of y'all know about that, some of y'all don't. and I took some time off work to grieve. I wasn't in the headspace to be driving a truck at all.
Let's keep it real. I totally agree with you, Ivan. Trucking does suck, right? If I had it my way, I wouldn't be out here. I wouldn't be a truck driver at all if I had it my way. If I had it my way, I'd be at the house eating sandwiches. You have no social life. If you're on the local side, you have more of a social life. But if you're in the sleeper cab, yeah, no, not really. You're right.
And I had a student who's a fucking weirdo. He's a straight up deviant. And, over time, before all of this happened, I had been complaining to my fleet manager and stuff for a while about a lot of the things that he did. And, about the fact that I didn't really want him on my truck. This dude was talking about things, like who he was having sex with, how big his package is, if you catch my drift. You talk about, things that he was doing, all his, he would brag, like I remember when I came back to work after that period of time, after my friend had passed away, first thing he did was brag about, some chick that he was sleeping with that lived down in Nixon, Missouri.
That's the thing about sucks about being what they call a mentor or a driver trainer, is you never really know who you're going to have on your truck, and you're in the truck with them, right? That's the thing that could kind of suck. You know what I mean? Every time I go into training at a new company, I kind of look at it as, okay, let's just get this over with, right? But yeah, that would kind of suck if you had some some fucking pervert student. That's hilarious, dude.
Knocking her shit back or whatever. I'm still trying to figure out why I had to pay this dude on home time. Go home for a week, $2,500 in the fucking hole. Why? The company drivers don't get paid for home time. So why are the students? That's what.
See, this is something that Naya didn't tell us about. But I don't know if she was a trainer, but that live stream we did looking at Roadrunner Naya's prime lease or whatever, it sounded like she almost sold me on it, even though she wasn't trying to. This right here just put that whole video on its back, really, when we get into this.
One of my biggest problems with Prime is they cater way too much to the students. And they don't take the trainers seriously enough. They don't take their drivers seriously enough. No, it's all about the freaking students. If I could go back and redo my career, I would have quit 2 years ago. I'm grateful that I started at Prime because realistically speaking, I don't believe I could have started at another company. I don't think Stevens would have been as good. I don't believe Hirschback would have been as good. I don't think Warner would have been as good. CR England for sure wouldn't. Swift, God, no. I think out of all of the options that I have, Prime was the best one, to the extent that when I first decided to get my CDL, Prime was the only company I applied to. I didn't even really consider nobody else. It was just, you gotta go to Prime. Gotta go to Prime. I gotta get in on the Prime, man. Only.
Well, that's your mistake right there. This guy put all his eggs in one basket on one company. You should shop around.
Company I applied to. So
that was
the way things went, as far as our relationship goes, upsets me greatly because I had respect for them. I no longer do. I don't respect the company. I don't respect them cats. I don't respect their HR. I don't respect operations. Some of the dispatch, the last dispatcher that I worked with, I don't really have no beef with. The first dispatcher I worked with, I had no beef with. The second guy they put me with after they fired my first one, I fucking hated him. Absolutely hated him. There was absolutely no reason I should have a student on the truck and can't gross more than $2,900. This dude is sitting here getting paid. Every check I'm getting is consistently in the hole, in the hole, in the hole, in the hole.
You guys hear that? He's getting paid $2,900 and he's in the hole. How does that work, dude? Let's run the numbers down. So I remember Nia said that their purchase is what? I think it's $1,200 or $1,300 a week. Let's say it's $1,300 a week. So you got 2,900 minus 1,300. So that means he's at 1,600, right? Yeah, now he's left with 1,600, and he has to pay the student. Let's say I think the students get paid 600 a week over there. Now he's left with 1,000. Okay, 1,000 a week training a student. Why would you? Trainee does all the driving, so the um, trainer doesn't make money. 900. I got into driving a garbage truck. I used to do local. It's stressful. Giving 15 plus stops and dispatch is mostly midnight. No good sleep. It's difficult. Right now in garbage and it's chill. Why would you be a trainer at Prime if you got to pay the student out of your own pocket? Take home 1,400 clean working 55 hours. You take home 1,400. That's cool. You got a good job. What company are you with? Are you with Waste Management?
And I had the audacity to get upset with me when I finally said, I don't want to work with this guy no more. You blaming everybody but yourself. You're blaming me because of the weather? You mean the snowstorms that I drove through?
Yeah. So.
You talking about that joint that had Utah torn up and I ran through it? You talking about that the storms that weren't stopping me? I got stopped one time in Wyoming. It wasn't even necessarily the snow. It was because the wind was blowing so hard and there was ice on the road. I only had 15,000 pounds on the trailer. You're talking.
Yeah, see, here's the thing about these trucking companies, the big ones, okay? As a truck driver, you need to learn how to say no. These are some keywords you need to learn. And I think I'm kind of experienced now, about 3 years, some months into this game in trucking. You need to learn how to say no. I am refusing this load. I don't feel safe. I feel like because of the conditions on this route that I'm going to get into an accident and it's going to be really bad and I might hurt somebody, if not myself. You need to be that clear to these dispatchers, because if you're not, these dispatchers will outright lie to you just to get you on the road to accept a load that not only is not going to pay you, because if you take a load where the weather is bad, it could take you a whole week to finish a load. And especially if you're an owner operator or a lease operator or a company driver, that means because you accepted a load where there's bad weather, that week you're not going to be making no money. You're just not, right? So it'll be to the point where you might as well have just stood home, that you could have done something else at the house to make more money than you would at your job that week because you took a load where there was bad weather. So before you go into like really bad weather and they're trying to send you into like a blizzard area or whatever, the reason why they do that is because I'm willing to bet because a lot of owner operators and company drivers don't want to go into like an ice area like Donner, Colorado Rockies in the winter, Idaho, Utah when the blizzards hit or whatever, maybe even parts of Oregon, Northern California, that the CPMs go up, the loads pay more. And because these trucking companies run such a high volume, it's worth it for them to send you out there all week for you to take the financial hit, but for them to make money. So these dispatchers, they're trained to lie to you. They'll say something like, oh, it's not snowing right now. The snow is going to mostly come at night. So if you take this load and run it during the day, you'll be fine. You'll shut down. And in the morning, you just get going. Yeah, no, dude, snow accumulation can happen during the day just as bad as night, right? It all depends. You know what I mean? You need to learn how to tell these these trucking companies know that you're refusing the load. Because if not, you're going to end up disgruntled like this. Dude seems like he's fucking pissed at Prime. But notice how this video right here, it's a lot like these are things that Naya wasn't telling you about. This type of shit, you know? Maybe it's because Naya would tell her dispatcher, no, I'm not going into that area. Maybe that's what he needed to do. But yeah.
Talking about that's your excuse. Just the fuck up, dude. Get the hell up out of here. They're a bunch of losers, man. Some of them cats is really just they dorks. A lot of them are dorks. Now, the last guy I worked with him for the last few months that I was with Prime. I have no real beef with him. I think he needs to have more of a backbone But other than that, I mean, he's a good guy. He makes an effort. He's trying. He's new. He's he's going through those growing pains and shit like that and trying to make a name for himself. And I have no ill feelings towards him. The only things I could really say towards him is, friendly advice. Don't let them higher up step all over you. I think that's a lot of why they didn't like my original dispatcher. He did what the fuck he wanted to do.
Dude, here's the thing. I bet being a dispatcher at these trucking companies, it's probably not that good of a fucking job, honestly. The dispatchers probably have to deal with a bunch of bullshit. Let's see. Let me read these. At least at CR England, you can run super solo and double your checks. Slime Pack 392. Hello. This guy truck said he was making great money, but somebody called the company who he was working for and said a bunch of lies, and he was fired for it. That's fucked up. That shouldn't have happened, right? The only time they should fire you is if it has something to do with safety. But who knows, right? Who knows what they told him? When you tell your dispatch no safety concern, it's like telling the cops no lawyer. They have to respect it. Oh, yeah. It's like telling the cops, no, I want to talk to a lawyer. Yeah, they have to respect it. Because here's the thing. These trucking companies, they'll tell you that no one can make you run, but they'll try to pressure you. You know what I mean? And here's the thing about trucking that you need to understand. All right. Especially when the winter hits. No load is worth your life. And that's not just a cute saying. That's something that you have to abide by. Because here's the thing. It's not just you getting into an accident. It's not. You can kill people out here on the road. Not just yourself. If you hurt yourself, that's fine. But there's like whole women and children and mothers and fathers and grandparents out here on these roads. And this truck can take out families. All right. So saying no, you're not going to take these loads, because the thing about it is this. These trucking companies, their number one priority is making money. And sometimes, depending on who's the manager of your account at the time, it could get to the point where they disregard safety when it comes to the weather, because a load is paying enough that they want to look good for the higher ups. You know what I mean? That the account is making this much money, and they might get a bonus for it. You know what I mean? So they might throw you out into a blizzard or whatever. You need to tell these dispatchers, no, it's worth it for you to stay home all week, miss out on money, than for you to get into an accident, end up charged with a crime. You know what I mean? Like reckless homicide or something, dude. Truck drivers, this is one of the few occupations, almost like cops too, where you go to work and you could end up in jail by the end of your shift, right? Remember that next time they try to send you out to a blizzard. Dispatchers have to be low-key psychological, mental counselors, but that's only if you let them. That's only if you let them. Counselors or whatever you said. Like they have to play mind games on you, right? That's only if you let them, right? You have to remember that you could end up in a really bad situation legally, if not dead or hurting other people when they try to send you out into bad weather. The big money at Prime is in the recruiting bonuses. Well, yeah, that's why they have a lot of YouTubers that do it. I was a company driver at Prime in 2016. I was bringing home $1,300 a week back then. That's good.
But he'll bend more to their will, and it's obvious. And I think that's why they wanted him to take over the fleet that I was on. But that's beside the point. I went live after that student sabotaged my truck. If you guys don't know, he put fuel in the DEF tank.
Oh,
how?
Fuck.
I don't know. But when the tanks got drained, it literally looked like freaking lobster butter. I don't know how well y'all could see this.
That fucking sucks, dude. Look at that.
That's what came out of the tank.
Oh,
Look like lobster butter, straight up. Fuel in the DEF tank. And when he did the shit, he woke me up. I still believe it was, he was a weirdo. I still believe it's because I wasn't giving him enough attention. I wouldn't talk to him and stuff like that. But the whole time, I'm freaking grieving the loss of one of my best friends, and I'm trying to hold it together and still teach you in an effective way without letting my problems become yours. I'm trying my best not to lash out on you because I feel so much anger and pain and rage and sadness because the one motherfucker who understood me ain't here no more.
Yeah, dude. One thing that some of these trainers aren't, my trainer at CR England, he wasn't good with people. He was really a piece of shit, my trainer. He was a scumbag, right? And if not already, one of these days he's going to get into it with the wrong person and it's going to end up bad. If you're going to train people, you need to be good with people. You need to be good with reading people. You can't be tone deaf about yourself, right? Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you need to be able to read people. Sometimes you need to know when it's time to get off the truck. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate because you're trying to get your training done. But man, I'm telling you, especially if your trainer's going through some shit, like this right here, if I seen this face and I was the student, I'd be like, I think I'm gonna go with another trainer, right? I mean, he just had a lot of shit going on, man. And that's life, dude.
She's a memory. I'm fucking going through it. You're upset because I won't talk to you. And doing weirdo shit to get my attention. Sitting up front, got your dirty ass feet up on my dash. Why was there crumbs always in my bed? When it was time for us to switch, there's crumbs in my bed.
Yeah, see? Remember what I told you guys earlier? The money's in food service. The cool thing about food service is you don't have to share a sleeper with someone to make that money. Even if you train them, you don't got to share a sleeper with them. You just show them the ropes of the job in a day cab, which is a lot easier, especially because you guys are getting in and out of the truck and you pretty much have help that day with your student. I'm telling you, bro, this OTR shit, it's just not popping. As far as the money goes and the bullshit you have to deal with, like homeboy right here was dealing with someone putting their feet on the dash and crumbs in the bed. He wasn't getting paid enough to deal with that.
Motherfucker wasn't even sleeping in it. Yeah, I said it. He was sleeping on the top. But crumbs all in my bed, all on my floor. You wearing your shoes in the sleeper after I done told you a million times not to do it. You over here talking to me about your relationship problem like I give every chick that cheated on you, did you wrong, whatever. She was a smart woman not to fuck with you for real. Why are you talking to me about your dick, bro? Why are you telling me where you sticking it? Yeah. And why is it that when I fucking call Prime and tell them this stuff is going on, they're basically telling me to get over it? Oh no.
That's fucking terrible. Imagine that. Would you say this is a boy? Find a different YouTube. If you're not mentally ready to train, just take time off. Why would you let another man tell you his penis size? Why not? I'm just playing. But he's not a boy. He's probably a little younger. He might be in his 20s. But what he's saying is valid. He had a creep on his truck and the company didn't give a fuck. That might be a lawsuit. But at the same time, this guy wasn't a company driver. He might have signed something in his contract that said that no matter what, he can't sue Prime, no matter what happens. That's the fucked up part about it. When you sign these contracts and there's so much shit in the contract, being that he was a lease operator, they were probably able to tell him, like, oh, he's telling you about his junk and what kind of broads he's banging. Deal with it. If he was a company driver, things would have probably been a lot different because they would have been on the hook. Damn, I feel sorry for my man. He shouldn't have to put up with that bullshit while at work, grieving the loss of a friend. Well, man, I'm telling you, dude.
Oh no, we could work these things out. I'll have a talk with them. We usually work these things out. It's not that big a deal. Then when I finally pop the fuck off, now I'm the big bad nigga man, right? You're making us look bad. You're painting us in a bad light. He's really upset you said these things about him.
That's fucked up. Harassment if a company driver. I don't think he was a company driver. This guy was a lease driver, which means he was 1099, which means he wasn't like a straight up employee. So I don't think all those HR rights fall under him. You see, this is what I mean. These companies, they're all about money. Down to the T, dude. Down to the T. They're all about money. So whatever they can get away with, especially legally, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. That's one reason why they probably prefer to have lease drivers over company drivers, because company drivers, they're on the hook more for a company driver than they are as a lease driver. A lease driver, they can literally tell to fuck off no matter what happens, right? It seems like that's what happened here, right? But if he was a company driver, yeah, great value, Trucker Brown. I don't think this is Trucker Brown. This is someone else.
Well, what about the little HR Brad? He came into my office. He was very respectful. He was very respectful. Well, what was in the emails? He was very respectful. You know, he was upset with not only the trainer, me, but he's upset with Prime. And, you know, he threatened the possibility of litigation. And, you know, he wouldn't really tell me exactly the outcome.
Oh, I get what's going on here. The student was a company driver, but the trainer was a lease driver. That's why the student got favoritism over the trainer. How you like them apples? How you like them apples? So they were on the hook for the student, but not the trainer. That's fucked up, dude. That's capitalism right there. You guys remember that scene in Scarface when he said capitalism means fuck you? Yeah, that's exactly what capitalism means, dude. It's fucking cutthroat. I'm telling you.
That he was looking for, but oh my gosh, y'all protected this motherfucker up, and y'all protected the sexual deviant, the actual sexual harasser, and came after me because I went the fuck off because y'all wouldn't do nothing about it when I tried to do shit the right way.
Yeah. Of course they did. They did that because they were on the hook for him legally, but not you, because you weren't all the way employee with human resources rights and shit like that. You didn't really have workers' rights because of the contract you signed. You were pretty much like an Uber driver to them. So, you know, honestly, an Uber driver probably has a better time suing Uber than a Prime lease driver has suing Prime. Bro, fuck Nia. I talked to 3 drivers at the TA in Livingston. They all said she's a bia and acts like she's too good to talk to other drivers. When they've ran into her, she isn't shit. Maybe that could be the case. They could have been creeps trying to hit on her too. But in Livingston, oh, so she comes out here to California. Oh yeah, she does come out here to California, right? I go to that TA in Livingston sometimes. Well, not now. When I was at CR England and night transportation, I was over there quite a bit. But I don't run 99 no more.
That's what y'all do. That's how I'm gonna draw a name, motherfucker. Fuck you. Racist. Fuck y'all. For real. Happy all day out. Already struggling, already going through it. Now I gotta take more time off to sit here for this stupid ass meeting, tell y'all a bunch of shit that ain't your business, no way. Because the only way that I can actually save my career, my job here, all to set it up to where I could go and just move on to somewhere else. And y'all think that y'all just gonna do me wrong and I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just gonna shut up and take it. That's what y'all thought was gonna happen? Nah, y'all picked the wrong one, man.
Well, look, hey, I'm on the same shit. You're drinking the Red Ghost. I got the green one, dude. I'm fucking hooked to these. I'm hooked on these things, right? He's upset because this is one reason why you shouldn't be a lease driver, especially as a new driver. As a new driver, you should be a company driver. You should be a lease driver when you get some experience. Because when you're a lease driver, you're a company man or woman or whatever, you know, and when you're new to trucking, you don't know the business like that. I know it a little bit more, right? Like I know the purpose of a seal, of a bill of lading, the bill of lading number, the PO number, right? Only thing I don't really know about, because I've never had to fuck with it, is like running like a load board, dealing with a broker. This is little boy behavior. That's not how to handle a trainee. My truck, my rules. Get you, get you F fleet. Get your feet off my dash. Clean up after yourself. I keep my truck clean. Do the same. I mean, he's just venting, dude. He's just pissed. You know what I'm saying? Look, sometimes, how do I say this? It's easier said than done. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation. This guy Trucks went through this shit. He went through shit with a fucking a creep, a straight fucking creep. I think this guy Trucks said that his student was like staring at him sleeping and shit. This guy Trucks, like his old YouTube channel, his video, his most famous one was I had to kick a trainee off my truck. Horrible. This shit happens, dude. When you're dealing with people, he's paying for that truck. Respect it. But here's the thing. People don't have no respect. People don't have respect. Some people do, but a lot of people don't have respect, dude. You'd be shocked to see how many people out there just don't give a fuck, especially about you. They don't give a fuck about, even if you're right in their face.
And yeah, I'm name dropping because these are the names you can find on their website. It's public information. Thinking niggas not smart enough to record conversations and stuff like that. If it ever became a he said, she said, I could prove everything I'm saying, dog. I have records. I got recording. I have it all. And I ain't scared to use it if it really come down to it. I had to do what I had to do to keep my job. I had to go in there and tell them the story of what was going on, what went down when I was at home, why I wouldn't speak to this dude or whatever. And yeah, it brought me to the point of tears, to be honest with you, because I'm forced to open up about some shit that I'm really not ready to talk about.
And here's the thing. The reason why you got to have these meetings, they're just trying to avoid getting sued. They don't really give a fuck, right? They don't give, I mean, the person themselves, someone in that meeting might have some sympathy or whatever. Watching me sleep, that motherfucker would have gotten left at the truck stop. That's what he did. This guy Trucks, that's exactly what he did. He left that guy at the truck stop for being a creep. I think at the what set him off was, I think dude was fucking with his Flying J card or his Love's card, where the showers are or whatever. Like he was stealing shit out of his wallet, There's probably someone in the room that cared about him losing his friend or whatever, but it's all about money at the end of the day. The reason why he had to go into that meeting is they're trying to avoid getting sued. That's why they're trying to calm everyone down. They don't want to get sued. Business is all about money, dude. Shit, I'm telling you. You be a company driver, you don't got to deal with none of this shit. Oh, I mean, unless if you're going to train students.
And I am a human being. I'm hurt. And it feels like my humanity got the best of me. Maybe I shouldn't have gone live and went off the way that I did. But at the same time, when I tried to handle things the right way, like I just said, y'all did absolutely nothing about it and treated me like I was a criminal.
Because they didn't.
But let's be real. The real issue is the fact I have 2,700 subscribers. And in the case of the live that I'm referencing right now, when I went off the rails, 780-ish people saw it.
Damn.
And when you go through all of my videos, you see that throughout the history that I've worked at Prime, I never once said that I did. I never showed their logo. Anytime, if I was wearing a hoodie that had the little logo right here, that I still have it's behind me. You see the logo right here on that side. If I post like a short or something I was wearing that, I cover it. I would not represent the company. So
this is what kind of trips me out about this part. He's saying that he never represented the company. Naya has Prime all over her YouTube channel. That's what kind of makes me fishy about her. Is like, is she some sort of a recruiter? Like, was this a deal that she worked out with them? Like, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I want to promote you guys. And they kind of ran a deal with her. Like, oh, as long as you pretty much act as a recruiter or only speak positive of us, then you can run a YouTube channel with our logo. If not, then no, right? I would honestly believe that because it's all about representation with these companies, you know?
It is, I have influence, but I don't use it to benefit them. And I believe that's really what their issue with me is.
Of course.
Or was. Better
Yeah.
yet. It's the fact that I have a voice, I could use it, but I'm not one of these motherfuckers. And when I say this, I'm not hating on anyone that does it. But it was
Well, here's the thing. Let me rewind that. So you said Trucking with Rex does the same thing with Prime. He's probably a recruiter. He's probably like, this is the thing. This is the thing. Why is it cool for Trucking with Rex, like you say, or Naya, or that other Mexican dude? I forget his name or whatever. Is that him in here? Gonzo? Is that the guy that's with Prime? I think that's him right there. Gonzo Trucker. Oh, no. No, this is someone else. Gonzo Trucker? No, this is someone else. Yeah. Yeah, no. There's another like recruiter channel for Prime, right? Junior. Yeah, there you go. Junior Honduras. Why is it that it's okay for them to wear the logo, show the truck with the logo, but homeboy right here, they said you better keep us off your YouTube channel. What's up with that?
I'm not one of these motherfuckers. And when I say this, I'm not hating on anyone that does it. But it was the fact I'm not going to get on the internet and shuck and drive and be like, hey, guys, if you're looking to get your CDL, why don't you come to Prime? Here's my driver code. Here's my driver. If you come here, refer, use me as your referral. Everything's great. Millennium, guys. They have oh my God, the cafe 24/7, Salt Lake City, Pittston. Look at the truck. It has leather seats and an APU. And oh my God, their equipment is so nice. The trailers have disc brakes. And I wouldn't fucking coon for them. I wouldn't tap dance for them. I hated that shit. That's the problem.
I believe that. I tried to go back to CR England and they said, you're not eligible for rehire. Well, it's probably because I was talking about things that happened at work that were good and bad, right? And they didn't like that. It is what it is, man. That's the good thing about YouTube is it gives us a voice. It kind of democratizes media a little bit and gives the voice back to the people. Yeah, it's cool to make money off of referrals and all that, but there's so many ways to make money. It's better to just be upfront with people and tell them the truth. Like, hey, if you come to this job, this is what you're in for. You know what I mean? The good and the bad. You wanted to go back to CR? Yeah, I tried one time. And they were like, nope.
That's the real issue. And I'm standing on that. The real problem is the fact I wouldn't sit here and tap dance and be that nigga that they control. I had influence that they did not control. That's the problem. Yeah. And if I didn't use my influence to benefit them, then they felt I shouldn't have it. At least that's my opinion. That's what.
He's lucky they didn't sue him, right? Because that could happen too. So if you think about it, he kind of got off a little easy by just leaving.
My eyes tell me. You know what my eyes also tell me? Because I've had people recently hit me up. These are people with 20 plus years experience in the game. Hey man, you work for Prime? I used to. Hey man, I'm thinking about coming over there. Okay, what are your credentials? I got 20 years. And I'm like, you got endorsement? Yeah, hazmat and doubles. I'm like, what the fuck would you come here? Why would you go to them? Why don't you go do something more specialized? I can't in good conscience just tell everybody go to Prime. And that's the problem.
Yeah, because this dude's real. Well, here's the thing about image, okay? Naya, let's keep it real. She shows off a little bit of something on her YouTube channel, right? She does. On the reaction video that I did of her, there was some chick that called her out like, why you got your ass on camera or whatever? Sure enough, you know? So this thing about image, like I think like Milan says, probably Prime wants their ass to be kissed, and if you don't, then they won't support your channel. I think that's really what it's all about. I honestly believe what this dude's saying, that he wasn't kissing their ass, so that's why they didn't want him on, they didn't want a relationship with him on YouTube.
I'm not gonna tap that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not moonshining, as Trucker Brown would say. I'm not doing none of that. I absolutely refuse. I would get out of trucking altogether before I tap dance for any company like that. If you want me to advertise, you're gonna have to pay me for it. And that's just what it is. You don't pay me to advertise for you, nigga. Y'all got 10,000 billboards rolling down the road. What do you need me for? Y'all want to know something? And this is just the obvious.
Well, here's the reason why they need him and why they would want him. Billboards work, but YouTubers work even better. Social media, it's the new mainstream media, believe it or not. Old people are really the only ones. I'm talking about old people in like their late 50s and 60s. They're the only ones that really pay attention to shit like billboards or like a TV commercial. YouTube is the new TV, right? Like this is the new mainstream media. So this is where companies get good or bad press. So it means a lot to them when they have a YouTube channel that's talking good or bad about them.
Observation I made. They will deny this. So I'm not saying that it's true. But when you get on YouTube and y'all watching some of these people at Prime who have bigger channels and what, they get better loads. They're treated better because their influence benefits them.
So that right there is what I'm talking about. Do you guys remember when Naya said that she made like $700 running like 98 miles or something, and she was getting paid on a load like $7 a mile, right, for a short haul, and then all her other loads were like $2 or $3 a mile, like $2.50 to $3 a mile. From what I hear, I don't hear about lease operators or any kind of owner operator, or the truck driver getting paid that much. She has her YouTube channel is popping, and Prime's logo was all over it. And there's like the cute story with her and the dog. So you heard what he just said? I believe it.
They get better loads. They make more money. They take more time off. They eat better food. They do every. They're just treated on a much higher level than the average driver who is simply there to do their job, support their family, and go home.
That's messed up, but it makes sense. What you guys need to remember out here, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. So a YouTube channel that talks positive about them, it's free marketing. So of course they're going to favor that driver over other drivers. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of power in this YouTube, dude. I'm telling you. I really believe what he's saying.
Them cats gross trainer money. That's my observation. You watching these cats solo. They hitting $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 in gross. These are the cats that you see getting, dedicated lanes that pay an absurd amount of money for a solo driver. Some of them cats, they get like high value dedicated lane. That's a real thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Trucking with Rex even put his YouTube channel on his rig. We'll see that after this. I got till 5:30, so we'll see it after this.
We get like high value dedicated lanes and stuff like that. They're treated better, but they're good for branding.
Yeah.
So it's advantageous. At least this is my opinion. This is how I see it. It is advantageous to them to treat these people better. So when you have a cat like me who has been making videos for years and never once said, hey, if you're looking to get your CDL, come to Prime, training pad, driver code.
Yeah, and you know what? Why I respect Homeboy right here? Because that shit's cringy. It's cringy. We all know these YouTubers, big and small, that talk so fucking good about every job that they have when we know it's bullshit. You know what I mean? My job's cool. I appreciate my job because I've been unemployed with my CDL. So I appreciate the fact that I'm employed. But there's good and bad here, just like there's good and bad at every job. But to sit here on YouTube and, like you said, to be like, oh, come to my company. It's so good here. Like, come on, dude. Even if you work for Walmart Private Fleet, there's some bullshit that you're going to deal with over there, too. You just get paid a little bit more to deal with the bullshit, but there's still bullshit. So to sit there and like bootlick a company, more than anything, it's cringy because it makes you look fake. So, yeah, I mean, he's a real person. He's not like a sellout.
Versus, you know, I won't name anybody, but, you know, I don't know, some chick with almost 100,000 subs who, you know, clearly drives here. Well, who do you think they're going to treat better? And like I said,
Oh, he was talking about Nia. He was, oh yeah, of course he's talking about her. He didn't go in on her too much though.
this is no hate for any driver who promotes and, you know, get your bag, whatever. I know they pay for the referral. Get your money up, dude. If it benefits you, whatever is best for you and your family. I have no hate.
Well, here's the thing about Naya and these people that do this shit. It pays to be a sellout. It's all about money. It pays to be a sellout. You look fake, you look cringy, but you got the money. So is it worth it? I mean, you got chicks out here driving trucks with OnlyFans. All I hear is crybabies on this live. And it's not crybabies, right? Unless if you're a bootlicker and you know nothing a trucking company does affects you badly because you're just at the bottom of their boot. It's not about being a crybaby. It's about being honest with people. They scooped up hundreds of thousands in recruiting bonuses. I don't know about hundreds of thousands, right? Just because you get a lot of views on your channel, just because you have over 100,000 subscribers, that doesn't mean that all of those people watching your YouTube channel are number one, truck drivers, or number two, looking to become a truck driver, and number three, are going to go and sign up for your trucking company and use your code. Probably get like a small percentage of shit that happens every now and then. Most of their money that they make is on YouTube and AdSense, you know, and the company themselves might be giving them a kickback for good press.
Towards no driver for no kind of hustle because we all out here. We all know what the job.
And like I said, what Homeboy just said, they get favored with better loads, right?
I was like, I've been through it all. I've been everywhere. I get it. I'm not knocking you, but let's keep it a buck. And corporate motherfuckers, they know what they're doing. If y'all hated me before, they really gonna hate me now. Because let's be real, you know, they sitting down in their little office watching this video right now. Yeah, especially you, little HR brat. Thought I'd shut up, didn't you? Anyway, for anybody who was wondering, oh, why'd you quit Prime? You were there for so long. That's the real reason. They came after me. They sabotaged me.
Yeah.
They protected the person who harassed me and then told me I broke that harassment policy.
That's fucked up.
So just know, you could have a student on your truck talking about who they sleeping with, you know, how big they dick is or how wet they coochie get and all this other stuff. I had stories, some of them female students talking about masturbating in they trainer beds and stuff. They could do all that, but God forbid you get upset about it. You're supposed to get over it. Just get over it. They're the student. They can do whatever they want. That's the future of Prime. They don't care about how many years you've been there.
Prime uses Trucker Brown for their training videos, for their promotions, but they hate him because Trucker Brown's a real dude. I've seen some of his videos, not too many, but Trucker Brown doesn't seem like a sellout, you know, like he's a recruiter. No, I'm Gonzo Trucker. I run dedicated for CR England. Oh, good for you. What makes it crazy is that he spoke good on them. Yeah, but he was also honest about things, and they don't like honesty. They just like ass kissing, you know. Referring 100 drivers at 2K each is 200,000 in bonuses. Yeah, but Naya and these recruiters, these people on YouTube, these YouTubers at Prime, they're not recruiting 100 drivers. You don't get that many referral bonuses just because you have a YouTube channel. You just don't.
How much work you've put in, how much revenue you've made them. I don't care about none of that. No, the students. Anyway, I had to get something fixed in the room. I'll get back at y'all.
Well, let's check out this. So Trucking with Rex, he's a recruiter at Prime. Let's see. Yeah, he seems like a YouTuber.
T2363. Bam. Here we go. So we'll add the trailer to the Geo tab. I just did my pickup trailer inspection. Now I'm kind of in a hurry. I'm going to see, but okay, so should be this one right here. So that way I could basically back the truck up to slide it and go over here with it. Because I got a heavy scale ticket on my last load, and I was real heavy on my drive tires by like 2,000 pounds. So by basically sliding the fifth wheel forward, it's going to put more weight on my drives. Or I'm sorry, on my steers. What an idiot. The other thing is the truck itself, when I'm driving down the freeway, it's pulling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the logo right there. Yeah, he does have the logo in his. Yeah, right there on the thing. But they didn't want the homeboy with the dreads to do it. Yeah, it's because this guy probably has a deal worked out with Prime. The homeboy with the dreads, he probably didn't ask them to start a YouTube channel. He probably just started it. But look, Rex got to bounce. Rex got to bounce a bit at Prime. Not gonna lie, I've never seen a trucker change divisions like trucks included. Like can trucks included? You mean like Rex did or whatever? It happens. Well, pretty much what I want to say is this. When it comes to money in trucking, all right, and is trucking worth it? I said this when I was a local driver, and I'll say it again. The money is in local. It's an hourly pay, right? When you're getting paid hourly for all the time that you're at work. When you really look at your paycheck, okay, and you look at the amount of time that you spend on the job versus your paycheck, it's honest and hourly. Food service, hell, even local day cab jobs like working for Costco, doing dropping hooks for Costco, like Costco private fleet, that type shit. But for sure, Cisco, Performance Food Group, Gordon Foods, like I'm Anthony TV's running, Cisco, right? That's where you're really going to make your money. Even Walmart private fleet and shit like that. When you're getting paid cents per mile and the pay is broken down all crazy, like stop pay, drop and hook pay, cents per mile, detention, layover, your pay is not consistent. Because running a truck like that, whether you're owner, operator, or company, your weeks are going to vary, right? And I don't think any of us want to have a job that doesn't have a steady paycheck. I think all of us want to have a job where we know what we're going to make and there's going to be consistent work available. Simple, right? The thing about it is those jobs have a lot of competition. They're hard to come by because the more and more people become experienced truck drivers, they either catch onto this and they either try to go for these food service type jobs, these hourly type jobs, or they get complacent with being a sleeper cab truck driver and they end up being that grumpy, disgruntled truck driver that stays in the job but bitches about it. And they might even start a YouTube channel. LTL also. What is the prime driver that has Denver Broncos stickers all over his truck? I'm not sure. Local California sucks if you have to go over Donner every other day. Yeah. No, I'm talking about local, something like you live in a good area. You know what I mean? And you don't have to deal with fucked up weather like that. And you got consistent work. Like someone working Cisco Foods in LA, they're fucking solid, dude. They're solid, man. But someone who runs cents per mile, your pay is all over the place. And I don't know about you, but I don't like my pay being all over the place. But sometimes in trucking, because these jobs are so competitive, just because you have a CDL doesn't mean that you're going to just walk into these jobs, even when you have the years in with experience. There's a lot of people that are applying for these good jobs. So there's a lot of competition. So it might take you a while to get into a good company like Cisco, US Foods, hell, even Pepsi or Coca-Cola, right? So sometimes you do have to work at these mega carriers because you can't get anything else at that time, right? But I got to go check in. It's about time for me to bounce out. I made a new YouTube channel, food and beverage, handling 30K pounds of freight daily by hand. Yeah, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to make that money. That's where the money's at, dude, right? You're not lying, Papa John's and Little Caesars are paying good money, but you got to be willing to do the work. The start pay at PSP John's is 96K in Georgia. Yeah, dude, hell yeah. And Domino's too. I think you unload your own freight, but it's worth it, you know? But yeah, I started a new YouTube channel. I haven't uploaded anything on to it. I've had a lot of people tell me that they want to that they want me to continue to do content on this channel, even like reaction videos. So I might just stick with this channel. I don't know if I really got it in me to start a whole new channel when I already got this one, right? And I got a pretty cool audience. So yeah, that was us reacting to you need a better camera for streaming. I know this is straight up on the laptop. Yeah, I got to get a better camera and all that, and a microphone and everything. But yeah, I got into a new business. I started a new business. It's very lucrative. That's where I've been. I've been busy setting up this other business that's side business. That's why I haven't really been on YouTube like that. But yeah, that's the live stream for tonight. We reacted to Trucking Unfiltered, and we also reacted to, I forget his name. What's his name? Out of respect, let me just say his name. Gold Phoenix, the reason why he quit Prime. And we compared that to what Road Runner Naya was talking about with Prime. She's probably a recruiter. So thank you everybody for stopping by. Be sure to smash the like button on this video. If you're watching the replay, let me know what you think. Am I full of shit? Is there money in owner operating and trucking? I don't think so. But if you think so, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And yeah, peace out. Trucking ruins your health in the long run. Yeah, but you got to make the money. Peace out. In the stream.